Okay, it's a quick video for myself, Harvey Goldman. No cuts, no edits, no filters, and no hair. So today's video is really just a very quick one about the harsh realities, bit of a slice of life, I guess, whether it's worth being self-employed. I guess from my own point of view, spoiler alert, absolutely yes it is. It's a lifesaver. But that's because of the way that I choose to run my self-employment. And I'll get into that a bit later in the video. But for now, why does it work? Why is self-employment on the rise? Why is it popular? Are there pros and cons? Let's get into it. So from the off, we know that people are struggling because of the economy, cost of living, wages being crap, all the rest of it. So the appeal of self-employment to most people, myself included, is the fact that you've got no boss, you've got no schedule, you've potentially got unlimited earning potential. And for this reason, growing numbers of people in the UK and elsewhere are trying to escape their 9-to-5 existences, or at least supplement them with some form of self-employment. However, and this is the big however, it's not all beer and skittles. It's really not. There are financial struggles within self-employment that nobody seems to talk about. The biggest one for myself is that you get no sick pay, you get no holiday pay. Because of that, if you have a day off, maybe because you're unmotivated, maybe because you've just had a bad day, you're lazy, you're ill, you've had an accident, something's not gone your way, flat tire, whatever, pick your excuse. Nobody else is going to cover that income. So therefore, the income that you potentially can get from self-employment can be a little bit unpredictable. Another thing, obviously, is that the UK taxes on the self-employed, I feel, are particularly brutal. So for my own situation, I am, as you may or may not know, employed in a 9-to-5 job. It's really 7 to 3, but we'll call it 9 to 5. So I'm employed on PAYE, and I'm near the horrible tax threshold. So my self-employed income pushes me over that tax threshold. So everything that I basically earn over the magic number, I pay 40% on, which is horrible. On top of that, though, because it's my self-employed income that pushes me over that threshold, it's me that has to pay the 40%. It's me that has to pay the Class 4 national insurance contributions, because my employer is already paying Class 2, but because of the jump up in tax bracket, it's now Class 4 for myself. So there are these extra costs that come into play. Now, I have managed to mitigate some of the associated costs of running a business because I do my own books. There is a company online that I use called Tax Scouts. They charge me, I think it's about 170, maybe £180 a year. I provide them with basically a balance sheet, so all my bookkeeping, ins and outs, bank statements, the lot, everything else, and also my end of year PAYE wage document. And they basically just email me back about a week later. They tell me who I've got to pay, where I've got to pay it to, and how much I owe. And that's literally their job done. So by being strategic, by being methodical, by being organized and having a plan, I have mitigated quite a lot of the tax costs, or sorry, the accounting costs in running my self-employment. When I had a company, this would be a good few years back now, I was paying an accountant about £3,500 a year to basically do the same job. So there are savings you can make. It does put the onus on you, though, to be motivated to do them, and obviously then to earn the money to cover them. So there are other costs, though. There are other things that can be troublesome with self-employment. You've got things like clients being a bit crap and not paying on time. You might invoice them on autopilot, like I do. I invoice my clients on the same day every month. And the amount of times I can tell you that I've waited a week, 2, 3 weeks, or even into the next month to get paid, untold. It can turn chasing invoices into a bit of a second job, which isn't fun at all. So you have got that side of it. And, that again brings its own set of issues, because it's time wasted. It's time that you're not spent growing your business or organizing your business, you're being an admin, which is not what you do self-employment for. I guess if you were to ask me, is it worth it? In my case, 100%. I wouldn't be able to live, and I use the word live very loosely, if I didn't have my self-employment. And I have only gained this very recently. For anybody that's been watching since the start of my YouTube journey in January, you'll know that probably about 4-ish weeks into my journey, maybe around the end of January, I took on a previous employer as a personal client. And they basically pay me £10,000 a year to do internet-related stuff for them, and manage their website and bits and pieces like that. So that was fantastic. And without that additional income, honestly, I don't think my story would be probably as positive in terms of struggle. It's been an absolute game changer. It's given me money to clear debt. It's left me a little bit of money to make some investments and just to sort out stuff that needed sorting out. And I've managed to start another business off the back of it using some of those funds. So for myself, it was an absolute godsend. And it was possible in my situation because my salaried job, my 9 to 5, is really a 7 to 3. So by the time I get home, it's about 4-ish. I then start my self-employment, and I usually finish that at about 7 o'clock at night, which is fantastic. I've still got a little bit of my day left to enjoy and spend with my partner, my family, and all the rest of it, and it doesn't drain me that much. Depending on your situation, it might be that you're in a 9 to 5 job. You might get home at 6, half 6. Your self-employment could take you up to 10 o'clock at night, and that might bring its own set of challenges and issues if you enjoy your sleep or if you've got family or children or whatever. So you need to look at it from the point of view as to what best fits your situation. I know for myself, hand on heart, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in now financially, which I don't see as being secure. I don't see it as being even particularly safe. I just see it as balancing. So I am at the moment financially balancing, which is still a good position to be in given what's going on around me. So I am looking for more clients. I am looking to expand my self-employment. I'm going to do it with a plan. And that's the other thing. If you're going to do this, don't just rush into it blind. If you're going to go self-employed, if you're going to do it as a side hustle, great, but still have a plan, have a strategy, have a formula. Maybe dip your toes in the water, find out if it works, and then after a month, after 2 months, if it's bringing in money, then commit to it. But if you're going to dump a 9 to 5 job to pursue self-employment, and that's the only thing you're going to do, don't do it without savings. I've made this mistake before, so heed the words of a bold warrior that that dived into a self-employed business opportunity with no savings, quit his 9 to 5 job, and regretted it for about a year and a half afterwards. So anyway, look, what's your experience of this? What's your experience of the self-employed market? Are you like me? Are you doing a 9 to 5 job, salaried, PAYE, all the rest of it, and then self-employed as a sole trader, or maybe running a limited company in your spare time? Really keen to find out. Let me know in the comments. YouTube's going to pop another video probably about there. Check it out. You might like it, you might not. Either way, like, follow, subscribe, ring the bell, and there'll be another video tomorrow. Goldman. Peace out.